Doing more than one thing in your career is tricky, right? You want to have multiple streams of income, but the most important thing that you have to remember is that doing one thing really well is always the key, right? So you have to have that one thing that really is the identifier. And so for me, that has always been the pavement group. So having the pavement group, being successful with the pavement group is the single most important thing that I can do. And so then the other things that I've been able to create, so Top Contractor School and being a partner in Lead Revenue, those things have all happened as a result of the pavement group being successful, right? So having your eye on the ball and doing that one thing really well eventually will unlock those other ideas. So for me, Top Contractor School was born out of a need to serve the contractors that we have at the pavement group really well. So those contractors that help us across the country, I always wanted to be able to give back to those people, help them scale their businesses locally, which in turn benefits the pavement group by being able to work with more successful and more stable contractors that in a lot of cases are doing things the way that we do them at the pavement group as a result of the education that they're able to get through Top Contractor School. Now, being able to juggle those things, it takes a lot of practice, right? And when you first try to do it and you try to go to the next level in each of these things that you're doing, you're gonna have some challenges, right? You're gonna fall down, you're gonna feel overwhelmed at times. But as you feel overwhelmed and you learn how to juggle those things a little bit better, you learn how to juggle the schedule better, you're able to multitask and do more than one thing at once very well. And so as you're able to do more than one thing at a time, you're able to create these multiple income streams, and that creates the next level of success that I think everybody wants. But the key to it, and I want to make this very clear, is to do that one thing really well first and get that one thing down. So everybody hears people talking about multiple streams of income, but they don't realize that the first order of business is to do one thing extremely well first and then add the other things and make sure that those other things are complementary to the core business that you created. I think the biggest misconception of money is that, from the time that we are little boys and little girls, we are taught that, a penny saved is a penny earned. Save your money, make sure that you have enough money in the bank. And the reality is that when you save your money, there is definitely one person or one company, one group of people that win the most, and that is the bank, right? The way that you make more money is by investing the money that you have into things that produce more income. And so a lot of people think that they can get wealthy, they can become very successful by saving, and that is a misconception in my opinion. The way that you get really wealthy and you can keep your money, because there's a lot of people that get rich that don't stay rich, is by using your money effectively to invest into things that can reproduce that money. So you get rich by earning more than you get rich by saving. You can get rich once by saving, but you can get rich forever by figuring out how to invest your money that you've earned into other ventures that then multiply that money for you ongoing. And so I think it's really important for people to realize that money is a tool. Don't get emotionally attached to it where you need that money for some sense of security. One of the things that I learned from Grant Cardone is to live as broke as you possibly can, right? So take that money that you earn, take big chunks of it and invest it into other things so that those dollars that you have earned will continue to work and produce more dollars for you in the future. So for me personally, I think that starting out, coming from, average American family, we weren't by any means poor, we weren't well off, we did pretty well. My dad was a steel worker, my mom stayed at home. And so for me, I learned the value of hard work, number one. And for me, as I was getting started in business, as I was learning, that value of hard work, man, and not really looking for every dollar that I could possibly earn, I was more focused on putting in the work up front, really learning what it took to be successful. That put me in the position to be able to do eventually multiple things at one time. And so I think that in today's world, so many people think that they can, create this level of success and kind of shortcut the process by in some way, shape, or form, and it's just not true. If you don't have that hard work, that dedication that it takes to be able to make it, it's going to be more challenging for you. And so for me, having that basis of hard work at the core of every single thing that I've ever done has been really the magic pill, the secret sauce to creating that success. So for me, being willing to continuously, to this day, put in the hard work, waking up at 4 a.m., staying at work as long as it takes to get the job done, and being willing to do that within multiple companies has opened doors for me that honestly I never thought were possible several years ago. And so for anybody out there that doesn't think it's possible, all it takes is that commitment and hard work and the willingness to push through any adversity that comes in front of you and owning every step of the way and putting in the hard work that it takes to get there. That's the secret sauce. That's the secret to success, is being willing to do that for as long as it takes to create the level of success in everything you do, not just that one thing you do. Doing more with your time is one of the keys to success. Like, being able to take a 10-hour window, an 8-hour window, and really analyze what are you actually doing. A lot of people claim that they work 50 hours, 60 hours a week, but what are they actually doing with that 50 or 60 hours? Are they shopping on Amazon? Are they scrolling through Facebook in an unproductive fashion, not related to business? And so being able to take your time and really multiply it, take those hours that other people are working. If somebody else is putting in 10 hours and you're putting in 5, but you can get the same result, you're able to multiply your time. So when you put in the same 10 hours, you're getting double the amount of work in. And that's the key. It's not about the number of hours that you put in, but it's the amount of production and the results that you get from those hours. And so many people have a misconception of, man, I work 50 hours a week because I'm spending 50 hours at the office. If you're not productive for those 50 hours, and I think all of us have put in a week of 40, 50, 60 hours and probably walked away from it not feeling too productive. The more that you can eliminate that in your life, and the more that you can create those productive weeks where you might work 40 hours, but man, you got a ton of stuff done. That's how you multiply time and how you multiply the ability to create success in the same amount of time. So in a year period of time, if I'm able to lap somebody with double the productivity because I've put in double the number of hours with double the number of productivity, that's what it takes to create success in a very short period of time. And it's how I've done it personally, really grinding on how productive am I, really analyzing every single day and saying, did I win or did I lose based on the amount of effort that I put in, and what results is that going to create today and in the future. The message I want everybody to hear is that you can do multiple things at one time successfully. It's not always going to be smooth. It's going to get messy at times. You're going to feel like, you're selling one area short. You just have to be willing to accept that and constantly be working as hard as it takes to correct that so that you can continue to get better as an individual. And as you get better as an individual, you can absolutely learn how to juggle more and more things and fit more things in the same time frame that you used to. And so as you create those different income streams, make sure that you're treating them as individual income streams so that you are not leaving one behind as the others are growing. You constantly have to be juggling those balls and learning how to do it better and better. And as you do that, man, you're going to grow exponentially as an individual, and you're going to feel really fulfilled every day because your life is constantly going to have that variety that it takes for me as an individual to feel excited and to feel successful. It takes a lot of variety, and if you're one of those people that thrives on variety, that's going to be something that you really enjoy as well.